Hello and welcome to the podcast We Are Selling. My name's Lee Woodward, appearing on behalf of Realtair. Realtair is the platform of choice that allows you to pitch, sign and sell real estate. During our coaching at the Complete Salesperson course, we talk about labelling assets so that you can remember it quickly and bring it straight to your attention. And these podcasts are a good example of that. So when we do fees 1, 2, 3, claiming doors, live mode, sell mode, those short, sharp labels allow you to go into the content, allowing you to deliver information in your own tone, your own mode. And for today's tip, I want to give you the label that works for vendor management and buyer management, which is your biggest request right now. And our topic is this: the power of the second opinion. The power of the second opinion is all based on a different voice. So let's take the listing conversation scenario. Lee's been in, I've done a great listing conversation, I've talked about live mode, sell mode, I've done my tourable moments, I've got my props, my visuals, I've delivered the pricing, the numbers, 1, 2, 3. I've done a great presentation, but I don't have it signed. The owner is going to think it over. They've interviewed 4 or 5 other agents and they're going to get back to me. Really, I'm in that position now that I've got to watch and wait, and I can make phone calls and say, have you made a decision yet? And that is the worst thing you can do because you're putting pressure on the bad situation. And what I mean by that is every call, every communication you make is either adding or subtracting. So the power of the second opinion, I can reconnect to the potential seller and say, hi, John and Helen, I've been thinking about your property a lot and I'm concerned on the pricing and I'd like to get a second opinion from my colleague Steve. Steve's one of our senior agents, done a lot of sales in that area as well. But I'd just like to get a second opinion on the price, just to be sure. Out of dialogue. Now, many of you listening to this will think, I wouldn't say that. I don't want them to think I'm wrong. There is a powerful, influential moment. They'd love you to be wrong, and it may be worth more. And the owner isn't after a massive price. They're after the chance of a massive price. But if you feel it needs a second opinion, you must care more than anybody else. Pull the ripcord, let the parachute out, go back in slowly, and you may have your best chance. Now, depending on the colleague you take in, and for me, I always used our very best senior agent from me, being a young, energetic agent. Having one of the seniors go in with me was fantastic. But the seniors would also look at the property. It's a different personality. The person would be interested in both of us for different reasons because we're all one team. We all work together. This is not about solo presentation selling where only you work on it. This is from a team-based approach and a colleague approach. We would help each other out all the time. He'd give me a call. Oh, mate, whereabouts are you? Could you pop in and have a look at this property for me? Just need a second opinion on price. And I'd bounce in on his, he'd bounce in on mine, and it was magical. The second, or the power of the second opinion, gives you that chance, a different voice to win the business. And we're in the marketplace right now that you can't afford not to win the business. Do whatever you can, use whatever technique you can to be that absolute real estate professional. Now, this technique of the power of the second opinion also works exactly the same way in buyer management. You may have a stalled negotiation, you can't get it up any further, the vendor won't improve the price anymore, and you've got it all stuck. You've got the buyer engagement level, the owner's expectation, and you're trying to bring it together. You've all had that experience where you've been to purchase a car, and the salesperson that's working with you says, look, I just don't have authority to let the car go at that price. I'd need to speak to my manager. And the manager then comes in and closes the deal. And the power of authority has been going on forever. Well, in buyer management, it's not dissimilar, where you say, I'm going to do all I can to try and pull this together, but I think we both know the price is going to have to increase. Let me speak to my principal about the best way moving forward, or let me speak to our sales manager, or let me speak to one of our colleagues who's actually sold a lot of these properties recently. Now, they're sold, but those pricing indications, it could be worth a chat and considering what we could do. And we'll also be speaking to the owner as well, although the owner has definitely released this at a price that I think is fair. But let's see what we can do and how we can bring this together. This is always the case, that the power of the second opinion can be and is usually the auctioneer. When the auctioneer has that chat with the owner the week before or during the campaign, when the auctioneer on the day says, the marketplace has spoken, I think this is where it needs to be. You've actually experienced it with the auctioneers more than using one of your colleagues or your principal, your sales manager, your leader. You can just be another agent in the company, another associate given the second opinion. But the power of a different voice to get offers accepted, reserves aligned, prices up in price, a decision of yes to go ahead with the agreement, meaning in that first listing opportunity, is so powerful.